Greetings. Experiments in Telling the Truth, number 5. I'm not sure what to call this. I'm just going to call it Cursed Out. I might put a different title on the video. But yeah, this was something that was on my mind a lot. And it honestly kind of started with well, have you noticed, let me ask, if you're watching this, which obviously you are, I don't know why I said that, have you noticed there's just a real, more and more it just seems like there's a lot of acceptance, a lot of people more boldly just cursing. You could put whatever term you want on there, swearing, using bad language, potty talk, all that jazz. So, but like even as I'm, like I'll go through my YouTube channel, for example, and not my YouTube channel, I'll go through YouTube and look at videos, and there's a lot of videos where titles with what's traditionally been considered kind of like taboo curse words. You know how you have the word and it's not fully spelled out, you have a little asterisk in there or a hyphen or something like that, but you know what the word is. And so there's really, you might as well just put, I'm not promoting it, but you might as well put the whole word because everyone knows what that word is, and it's kind of like unapologetic now. So yeah, so that kind of is what prompted this thinking, and it's not even about the words. It's why do we express ourselves that way? And I do say ourselves, so bear with me. And because it's not. Is it helping? Like, who does that help? Does that help maybe somebody we're directing that language towards? Does it bring about positive change that we're hoping for? The change we're hoping for, or is it simply, does it make us feel better? For example, how getting high or drunk or some other indulgence, fill in the blank, makes us feel. So it's just venting. But is it really what benefit is coming from that other than the individual expressing themselves? Some people may laugh about it, and there's maybe some comedy in that. That's another story, or it could be. So coming back to us, when might this apply to us? Maybe we don't. Maybe we're. Maybe we pride ourselves in not those words not coming out of our mouth. We always want to be pleasant or whatever. How are we when we're driving? I know it's such a stereotypical example. It couldn't be. It could be driving. It could be anything. It could be something breaking at the house. It could be a relationship conflict, and just in our heart, or it could be somebody whose decisions affect us, a public figure, politician, celebrity, somebody whose decisions or voice might affect us somehow, personally, emotionally, or practically in life somehow. The economy or political landscape or prices at the grocery store, whatever. We may say something in our heart. We may think it. Maybe we don't say it out loud, but we're thinking it. And so what it really made me think so as I've said before, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. I believe in who he was, what he taught, how he lived his life. I try to follow his example best I can, which is very flawed. But I wanted to share a couple words of wisdom, or a couple proverbs. I'll call it of wisdom. They're not proverbs, but in the in the Bible, the Jewish scriptures, Old Testament, book of Ecclesiastes, if you're not familiar, it's considered to have been written by King Solomon at the height of the kingdom of Israel, peacetime king, etc. Okay, so here are a couple thoughts. It's interesting how these complement one another. Chapter 10. It says, don't curse the king, even in your thoughts. And don't curse rich people, even in your bedroom. A bird may carry your words, or some winged creature may repeat what you say. And this is a little tongue-in-cheek, but if we think, oh my gosh, the Bible that was written so long ago, sure sounds like Twitter to me. Tweeting, now known as X, a bird may carry your word. Tweet, right? A little fun little parallel there. So the one that accompanies it, so this is, wow, don't curse the king? Oh my gosh, like, have you ever heard somebody curse a political leader? Have you ever cursed a political leader? Let's keep it about us, right? Have we cursed a political leader? Even in our thoughts? Our heart? How about rich people? Don't curse rich people even in your bedroom. Wow, let's see. There's Musk. There's Gates. There's Bezos. There's so many other rich people, right? Even in your bedroom. You know, it's interesting. We may think like we say things in confidence, and maybe it's not. I have a friend who was sharing with me today. Somehow it makes way off into the person that we cursed. Careful unless you want to be in a video. You probably don't want to be. All right, or your family doesn't want you to be. So yeah, I would stay on that side. But hi, how you doing? So, little boy. So yeah, so that's that one. And a bird may carry your words to talk about. So the other one is in chapter 7 of Ecclesiastes. It says, "Don't pay attention to everything people say, or you may hear your servant cursing you. For you know that many times you yourself have cursed others." Wow. That's, as much as I want to deny that is true, it is sadly true. The second part. How many times have I cursed others? I don't think I can count. I don't know. I don't try to count that. It's not something I'm proud of. Whether in my heart or out loud. But the first part is the one really strikes me. Don't pay attention to everything people say. Man, the world needs to hear that, right? I mean, can we be part of bringing about that change? It's like everybody pays attention to everything and reacts and responds, and like they have to get in the last word. They have to say something back, you know. Man, why can't we just, there's an old saying like water off a duck's back. Now I'm not talking about stuffing our feelings. I'm saying like we can admit how we feel to people we trust and in confidence without going public, making a scene. So anyway, those are some thoughts there. But like, man, it's challenging navigating this in the culture because there's a lot of cursing going on, and I don't mean the words. I mean malicious intent, malicious desire, not wishing someone well, wishing someone ill, versus wishing someone well. And so, what can we do? What can we do that would be a positive influence? Well, before that thought, practically speaking, if we're in the car and we're cursing out that other driver, like, they can't hear us, right? So what good is that doing? As my friends, we were talking earlier, is like, it's not helping them, it's not changing them, and it's only really affecting us. So, and there's an old saying. I'm probably not saying it quite authentically, but um, wishing others bad is like drinking poison, hoping the other person will die. Really paraphrasing that, but I think you get the idea. Yeah. So what good does it do to curse somebody out or to wish them ill in our hearts or to think, bad things about that person? What good is coming out of that for them or for us? Nothing. So what is some how can we be different from that? How can we act outside of that? Um, I mean, there are religious words, and I'll just say I'm not a big fan of uh, religious vocabulary. Um, you know, I don't fault for people for using religious vocabulary, but for me, I've got to be able to digest things, like understand things in my terms, the way I talk normally, and the way I communicate with people normally, and the way I hear people talk in the world. And um, so, there is the word blessing, but what does blessing mean? That's a religious word. Now, maybe some people, comes very natural to them. For me, it doesn't. I didn't grow up using that word, thinking about that word. Um, but some people say it means, happy or fortunate, and to but I think the best way to look at it is, um, in if we look at many cultures, including the Jewish culture, or we read in the Bible, there are blessings and curses. So a blessing is like it's like a wish. It's a statement saying something positive about somebody's future, and a curse is something. It's a statement. It's a negative thing about that person's future. Um, so, for example, um, if your kid is not acting well, and you say, "Man, one day you're going to be in prison." Well, uh, I hope not, but um, the statistics I've heard, maybe that's not completely vetted, but like statistically, those people are the ones more likely to end up in prison because their parents said you're going to end up in prison, and so that would be a curse. And so, what are we? Um, what's a better way to respond when we're upset? We feel threatened, we feel offended, we're wronged, treated unjustly, then cursing. We can wish others well. If you are a person who prays and believes that works, then pray blessing. If you're not a person of prayer, wish them well. Say it out loud. If they're there, say, "Hey, I hope you have a good day." And try to find it in your heart to mean that. And for me, the best way to do that is put yourself in that other person's shoes and say, "Man, if it were me and the things I've done wrong, what would I want someone to do to me? Curse me out? Or would I want some mercy and some grace and some well wishing?" Thanks.